Welcome to Massive Beers. My name is Matt. We do the beer stuff here. Pariah Brewing. I dig on the juice. Let's get it right up in your grill. Pariah. They send out beers, I want to say about once a month, maybe once every month or two. And they usually sell kind of a eclectic mix. This time it's all IPAs, but it's actually an eclectic mix within those realm of IPAs. This is double IPA. It says I dig on the juice. There's story time in the back. We're going to rip into it real quick. As fast as I can. It says, what are you holding is a Pariah Double IPA, building on what we learned so far on an idea series. Foregoing our core kettle hopping regimen, we're pushing the dry hopping rate in this beer beyond anything we've produced, or anything else we produce. Anyway, a clean yet fluffy base allows maximum hop expression while still remaining gentle on the palate. In the glass, you can expect a glowing yellow and bright notes of red fruit, juicy fruit, passion fruit, sweet grapefruit, high chew. I don't know what high chew is, like I see. All the fruit. We hope you enjoy it as much as we do. 8% alcohol by volume. Done and done. Baltimore, Maryland, represent. I like this art design. There's something about it. It kind of reminds me. It's like actually, I know exactly what it reminds me of. I couldn't place it. I did the unboxing. I'm like, I like this. I don't know why. I looked at the can the other day. I was like, do I want to review this one? I'm like, no. But I'm like, I like this, and I don't know why. And right now, it literally just dawned on me. This can, if you are, I doubt you are. If you are, a month old, by the way, an old school techno head, and I'm talking, you're into weird electronic music, not like club music, even though I can dig on some club music. Like from the 90s to mid aughts, Drop Bass Network. That reminds me of a little Drop Bass Network dude. And their logo, a little antennae, slip patty, crossbonesy kind of thing. Drop Bass Network. Represent. I haven't thought about them in a very long time. So I dig it. Anyway, beer-wise, it looks kind of like it's going to be... So there's the super turbid, soup, butternut squash, crazy, hazy. And then there's that kind of we're hazy, we're rich, we're dense, but at the same time we're kind of drinkable. That's where this one kind of leans. Has that kind of rich kind of apricot juice kind of color to it, but it doesn't come off super turbid. I don't know if you probably can't see light going through it, so it's definitely a hazy IPA, but it doesn't have that ultra turbidity to it. Just barely off-white head. Give it a whirl. See if we can get a nose. It smells like the can. And by that I mean, maybe it's just subliminal. Lemon lime vibes on this. Very much yellow green on this as far as the citrus goes. Very bright, very summery. You give this to me in a black glass, I give it a huff. I'm thinking it's more of a single IPA with lemon drop hops or something along those lines. Just very, very, very citrus juice forward with that lemon lime kind of thing. Almost like a lemon lime soda, like a 50-50 Spritey kind of grapefruit. Throw grapefruit in there too. So grapefruit lemon lime soda. I said 50-50. People are like, what are you talking about 50-50? 50-50 what? There's a old school soda conglomerate that was in the northeastern United States, more specifically Pennsylvania, called Crystal Club. They're best known for their Cherokee Red soda, which is just this red devil juice that is delicious. But they also had 50-50, which was grapefruit soda. Grapefruit, lemon lime grapefruit soda. I believe Wegmans makes one too. It kind of has that vibe going for it. I like that. That's super bright, super spritzy. Again, leaning into that kind of Sprite, 7-Up, that kind of vibe to it. I dig it. Let's dive in. Cheers, y'all. This is a really fun beer. That's really fun. Really fun. It's very much unlike a lot of double IPAs or even IPAs I've had, because this cool kind of representation of that lemon lime thing that kind of follows through both from that mental portion of the show with the can to the nose, that aromatics on it, to the actual taste. It's very much citrus leaning, but while you're always going to get some orange kind of vibes going on in all of these beers, you know, sure, grapefruit too, that's definitely in here. But it's that lemon lime portion of the show without that acidic tartness that you get from that. It is really kind of the start of the show here. Almost like, it's not, and I shouldn't even say this, it's like a mintiness to it. That's the way the citrus kind of comes off for me. Like a subtle minty characteristic. This is such a cool beer. This is such a cool hazy because it's nothing like anything I remember having, really ever. Because the way it kind of shows just this kind of cool kind of grain malt base too, because it's not just brewer sugar on this. This actually has a nice kind of like crystal malt with a touch of probably like Pilsner, little flaked oats for body or something like that. There is a grain here. This is not just, you know what I mean, brewer sugar to make beer, you know, kind of thing going on. And on the flip of that, it is that drop out all bitterness. You do get a fluttering of green on the tongue, but again, it marries with that little bit of minty thing that's kind of fluttering around in my brain, and I think kind of works really well. So it's about as dropped out all bitterness as you can get for something that's as hop saturated as this. But then you get to the portion of the show, which is that citrus, which is that orange, which is that pineapple, which is that grapefruit, which is probably the biggest portion of those three, but then leans into that kind of lemon limey kind of grapefruity soda kind of thing that I think comes off super cool and is very, very unique for this style of beer. I like this a lot. That's super fun. That's super fun. It's very rare to dive into a beer that is so copied. I mean, I don't even know what the word I want to use here is. Just, it's the, you know, hazy IPA. It's been done. It's been done. Done. Done, 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 done. And to get something that's not just different, because you get a lot of different. You know, I worked with this person. They were great when I worked in the tattoo industry. This person was a very talented tattoo artist. And could copy and could mimic a lot, not just from a tattoo portion of the show, but an actual drawing portion. They can draw something that somebody else drew, and it would look fantastic. But they just lack that creative spark to bring their own unique goodness to the game, to where when they tried to be unique, it was so forced and contrived that you're just like, ugh. You're just trying way too hard. That's the way a lot of IPAs come off. You have a lot of people kind of try things for the sake of trying things without actually doing good things, or just trying for the sake of being different. This is different and delicious. So it has that combination. Whether they're trying to be super ultra unique here, I don't know. But for me, they are. And for me, they nailed it. They nailed it. And that's a very, very tall order. It's a very hard thing to accomplish, and they did it. And I am a fan. I'm not gonna, it might be my favorite Pariah beer I've ever had, to be perfectly honest with you. There's something about it. I just dig it. Dig it. There you go. That's all I got. I don't know what else to tell you. Nice mouthfeel to it. Not super lush, not super dense, but it has a nice mouthfeel to it. It has a malt base to it, which is very, very cool because it's not just brewer sugar. And then when you throw that kind of combination, the way they kind of did this hopping and ended up with this kind of cool little, I would call it like a 50-50 grapefruit soda-esque kind of double IPA. This dude is intrigued. This dude is very happy. Pariah Brewing. Have you had their stuff? Have you had their West Coast stuff? Have you had a bunch of their beers? Have you had this particular beer? Have you had their Baltimore offerings? All that stuff. I want to talk about it down there. So, there you go. Hopefully you guys enjoyed our review. Hopefully enjoying unique beer tonight. Hopefully see you next time. Cheers, y'all.